What's going on, people? Welcome to the evening edition of Hustlers Kung Fu Live. We even got some more stuff to talk about on top of what we talked about this morning. Bitcoin is on fire. This morning it was $6,100. I recently checked, it's $5,100. It's 56, 7 hours. It lost $1,000. Bitcoin is crashing. We could see Bitcoin at the $3,000 mark this weekend. Bitcoin people, come for me. Come for me. Because we're going to talk about that. And the Dow Jones, it plummeted to the lowest level since 1987. That's 2 years after I graduated high school, dog. 2 years. Man, the recession's on. We're having a recession. It's on. And this ain't me. Well, I want Trump to look bad. See, here's the thing. There is no president that has control over the economy. There's never been a president with control over the economy. And Donald Trump has been claiming responsibility for the economy since he's been in office. You live by the sword, Donald, you die by the sword. I mean, this is crazy what's going on with the economy right now. So one of the things oh, it I just checked Bitcoin. Let me see. Let me see. Look, I just checked Bitcoin before I start, like literally 10 minutes ago. And it was 5,100. Now it's 4,800. It we could see 3,000. We could possibly see 2,000 this weekend. See, this is one of the things I've been noticing along in the Bitcoin community since this people keep saying that it's going to do it's going to be 30,000, it's going to be 40,000. They keep saying this regardless of what it does. It has not crossed $12,000 since it went up to 19, and that only briefly. And it's they keep like, well, yeah, it's crashing, but it's got a silver lining. Yeah, it's really. I put on my Facebook page, and I was like, because the Bitcoin people, they don't come for me because in the beginning, 2017, they were coming for me. They were coming for me hard. And I started putting up these predictions that became spookily true, and they stopped coming for me. Let me just tell y'all, I have this Yardbird on my page, and I went ahead and said, you know what? We're gonna have a recession, and I'm willing to bet you $5,000. Do you have $5,000? Because this is how I hem these Yardbirds in. First of all, I make them sign a contract. And once they like, whoa, 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 whoa. He didn't even touch that. He dodged that. He's like, whoa, whoa, stay away from that, stay away from that. Because he don't even believe the crap he's saying. Because when you gotta put some money behind it, oh, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. It ain't no fun. And he has not come in on my page since I put that out there. I call him a coward, and I said, put your money where your mouth is. He's a Trump person too. Let's see. King Nick, you weren't here this morning, but I said Bitcoin was going to crash lower this morning. This morning, I said it was going to go lower. A space for me. I was born in 1987. Nah, Fajita, you don't need to be investing. We're gonna talk about that. Pretty much. Oh man, they already tried to blame Obama for some stuff. Goddess, no, Metro Atlanta schools are closed for the next 2 weeks, really? BitConnect. Oh, man. Herbert Scott, that's a valid point. All right, L Cool J, credit is where credit due. Like I said, man, Sky Blevin, Amazon FBA scalers who are buying from China are going to have a supply chain problem. I don't know about that, Fajita, because it's supposed to be skyrocketing now. Bitcoin is supposed to be a safe haven asset. Andre, there ain't nothing you can do. Bitcoin is on fire because the world is on fire. The NBA canceled this season. I don't, one of these fools on my Facebook page, I'm like, that doesn't really resonate because it was just hard jokes, jokes, jokes. The media, the media, the media. Bro, it ain't the media. It ain't the media. This is real world news. The world's on fire. When we start to see supply chain interruptions, that's when it's going to get very, very scary. That's when it's going to get insane. That's when we're going to see a lot of craziness because I need to Google something real quick. I'm not really scared because, I don't really go out that much. Let's see. Atlanta public schools. Wow. Wow. The schools are closed. Oh, man. That's crazy. Because now, if you're a parent with kids, well, you like, well, who gonna be home with the kids? I mean, this is getting really, really crazy right now. A Rush, Bitcoin is crashing. Bitcoin is going through the floor. Bitcoin was $6,100 this morning. Like once again, in the Dow Jones, it dropped to a level that we have not seen since 1987. What's going to keep the market fluctuations are going to keep happening because we're going to keep having things happen, and people are going to be spooked and panicked and a little scared. Grant Barnes, I see a lot of people making money. Netflix gonna make money. Online entertainment's gonna make money. People who do stuff online, companies that have web conferences online are gonna make money. Oh, there. Once again, remember in 2018 when I was doing all these recession talks to get y'all ready for this, was the first thing I said, you got to get out of debt because the people who are in crippling debt and anything happens to their job or their money, they're in trouble. They're in a lot of trouble. I think it's going to drop some more, Benny. I think it's going to drop some more. Andre, I'm in North Carolina and someone had the coronavirus at Wells Fargo Bank and they shut it down. The name is I'm getting ready to start the YouTube course next week. I was working on that before I started doing this stream. Gabran, thanks for the $5 super chat. Do you think we get to the point where you are so poor you can't even start a side hustle to get a down payment on the rental property? No, because once again, um, we have safeguards. Like one of the reasons that the market closed is this is what they learned from the Great Depression. So when the market's like dropping like really, really fast, they will shut the market down to keep it from dropping too many points in one day. So we're going to reach a point where this thing is going to kind of bottom out. But right now, we're going to have event after event. We're going to have, all these events are being canceled. Airline stocks, hotel stocks, car rental stocks, they're all taking the L on the chin because they're losing money left and right. The new football league just canceled this season. Let's see. XFL cancels regular season. At some point, all of these cancellations, the lack of people buying airline tickets, the lack of people traveling, it's going to have a cumulative effect, and the effect is not going to be good. Oh yeah, money's going to be made. I plan on making a lot of money. Look, businesses are for sale, land for sale. Trust me, I'm getting all kinds of funding and offers. I work at the oil refineries, and they think of shutting it down for a couple of weeks. Wow, Junior, that's deep. Trucking is already booming. Loads to oil fields are crazy because they're trying to get all supply before it falls. Hey, Joshua Hill, that's very interesting. Gabran, no, they ain't gonna never happen. Thanks for the $5 super chat. What's the minimum you think you need to buy up in the bloodbath? Once again, I feel that everyone needs to get a service business. Now, it's going to get real tricky to do in-person businesses because this is the reason they're closing schools, closing universities, canceling MBAs. This is going to get real tricky because people are going to be kind of spooked about hanging out with a bunch of people. Where does this lead you? The internet. Everybody that has an internet business that teaches people how to make money, that teaches people how to do Instagram, that teaches people how to do YouTube, about to blow up. It's about to blow up. It's about to blow up. You hear me? It's about to get ridiculous. It's about to get cray cray. Bobby Ick, I would start an online course. I would start something online. Fast food only drive-ins. Life for business, you playing that game, man. JWB, to be honest, this is gonna be huge for people online and already positioned. Eric Williams, trust me, the guys that are 50, 60-year-olds are calling left and right for trucking jobs. Trust they know they need to quickly make and save money. I think it's gonna be too late for some of these folks. Yep, service businesses, Zoom web conferences. Dr. Kroger, I lost like 4K in BTC today. Good Lord, man. Gabran, I look at the state of people because, like, take California. California is a really strange place. California has literally half of the United States homeless people, but California by itself is the world's 8th largest economy. It is a strange, strange place. So, but you got to look at the condition of the people, and you got to look at the value of stuff. Benny, it's going to go on longer than that. 1 week, 3 weeks. No, this is going to go on for a few more months. JWB, they're already telling people to work from home. You know what? It could be because that's something I had posted on my community page. Because everyone's saying that the stock market's going to bounce back because it always does because it's history. But part of the history of the stock market is the Great Depression. It was a 10-year period where it was just ugly, and it literally took a World War II to pull us out of it. World War II is what pulled us out of the Great Recession, the Great Depression. So JWB, I would not be buying airline stocks right now. Jeremiah Hamilton, thank you for taking action. I'm glad I found your channel last year. I got some savings, a job, and the business on the side. You got me on the right track. Because see, for those who are willing to hustle and learn new skills, this is going to be a golden opportunity. Classic Rod Society. I work in a machine shop, mainly in railroad, hardly any work. They just laid off some, rumor more layoffs. At least I got my side hustle on YouTube. Hey, Troy Glover, everyone about damn Bitcoin. Better get the three B's: beans, bullets, and band-aids. Oh man. Yeah, Trump's already trying to blame Obama. Erica Chambers, we have to start working from home on Monday. Andre, facts, I was telling someone about an hour ago, it could be months. The Great Depression, actually, I don't know the answer to that. I have to Google that. That's a good question. Malik, to think this is all started from a disease. This ain't the first time this has happened. They got airstrikes against Iran today. Wow. Septoscope. Good point about YouTube channels. Movies made a killing during the Great Depression. I'm going to tell you another group of people who got rich during the Great Depression. Writers who wrote pulp fiction. Essentially, these writers were able to write very fast and put out all this content, and they sell these books for a nickel. And some of these guys became millionaires selling these books for a nickel. Think about that. Well, eventually they're going to travel back, but I would not be buying airline stocks right now. Justin Henry just closed another wholesale real estate deal yesterday, adding it to my stash. Definitely prepared. Yeah, they're not really talking about North Korea. Yes, sir. I'm grateful for learning the skill of trading in 2017. Cool. Yeah, I would not buy. I'm not buying crypto. I don't care if it gets down to $1,000. I'm not buying crypto because once again, let's go ahead and start talking about what does one do during this. Like the stock market. All right, if you're like 20 something, 30 something, you're in the stock market, that's money for your retirement. That ain't money you really need right now. So, what is one of the things you need to be working on? Getting rid of debt. I was doing some research for Savage Finance about, because people want to get all these credit cards. People want to get approved. People want to join Navy Federal, get these high credit limits. You want to stay away from debt. You want to run away from debt right now. You don't want to be getting in debt right now. This is the last thing you want to do. Mr. Mogul, keep your money in the bank. I am not buying any stocks. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. Mr. Mogul, what you need to do is put your money in the bank, sit on it, and start yourself a side business and start increasing your cash position. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do in a minute. Art Larson, I had a coworker lose just 5K this week in his 401k. He said, now I see why you don't invest in it. I've seen this happen to coworkers after 9/11. Watching grown men cry about lost retirement money is hard. All right. As you notice, I started doing these 2 live streams. I'm getting ready to start going hard with training. The YouTube course kicks off next week, and I'm going to be doing, because essentially right now there's blood in the streets. People are panicking. This is the time to get busy serving people. I have a lot of YouTube knowledge. I'm going to start serving it. I'm going to start helping people get their channels together, because anything that's online shopping, online entertainment is going to boom. Go back to the Great Depression. The writers, they wrote Pulp Fiction. That's where Pulp Fiction started. A lot of these guys became incredibly rich writing Pulp Fiction. So entertainment's going to boom, comedy's going to boom, alcohol sales are going to boom, cigarette sales are going to boom, weed sales is going to go through the roof. You know, look at vices in entertainment, because this is what it's going to be. All right, thanks, Malik. Oh yeah, weed, man. People about to be blowing it, puff, puff, pass. People are stressed because essentially, if you're a knowledge worker, you're working for Google, you're working for Apple, and you're on the computer all day, you can work from home. Your check is going to be straight, because you just like, instead of going to the office, you're just going to go work in your home office. You're going to be good. Knowledge workers ain't going to miss a beat. So what's going to happen is the low income, unskilled people about to catch hell. Like, take all of these NBA games that they're been canceled. Who sells the popcorn? Who sells the beer? These folks, they about to catch some L's. They're about to catch some serious L's. I would not do M&L, multi-level marketing. Alex G, I would look at that. I would be real careful with my cash if that's all you got. Malik, the news is about to be going crazy. Dark side again. Pretty much, if you can short stocks by having the wealth, yeah. But you need to already be skilled in that. Mark Stevens, you drama queens never heard of Spanish flu or Black Death. Oh, I mentioned Spanish flu this morning, which killed 20% of the world's population. If you had 10K cash during the Great Depression, you were a millionaire. You were a millionaire back then if you had that kind of cash. Mr. Mogul, I am like, once again, all right. Before you get into the stock market, you need to know what you're investing in. I would suggest you buy a stock course to learn what you're going to get yourself into, because essentially, if you just go out and start, buying stocks because they're cheap and not knowing how to evaluate a stock, you could lose a lot of money. There are people, because their portfolios were misallocated, that after the last recession, they never came back. Their money never came back. So before we start talking about getting into the stock market, spending money, you need to skill yourself up and you need to become educated about the stock market. And don't be like, well, hey, it's a good time to get in the market. I got 40,000. No, 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 no. Go ahead and educate yourself. Go to the library, read every article about stocks before you start just buying stocks, because that's could be a way for you to lose a lot of money. So make more money, man. Herbert Scott, the interest, like you should never go into forbearance if you can avoid it. Google's at 1100, another 100 on me. Because they're voters, man. Darte Coates. I'm a day trader. I tell people don't fall in love with stocks. Get in, get out. Profit is profit. Hey, man, if you know successful M&L folks, get real close to them and start having them train you. With law, I was 90% cash before the crash. You were in a good position. Yeah, the same thing with crypto. Because, like, once again, like, I'm not going to put any money in the stock market because stuff's real cheap. Because essentially, you're trying to time the market. If you're going to invest in the market, you need to, one, know what you're investing in. Don't just go like, hey, buy stocks on recommendation. Don't do that. Know what you're investing in. Know what the company's doing. Know if the company's a good buy. Know if the company's making money. Know if the company is just being unfairly beat up because of all the stuff that's going on. You got to do some research. Just don't go out here buying stocks. Don't, because this is what these yahoos on Facebook, like, hey, I'm in the market and everything. And when I start asking for specifics and how much money you're making and where you are, they grow strangely silent. Silence, silence, silence of the lambs. They don't have nothing to say. Justin Henry, people with skills, trades, and services about to come up. All right, do your thing, man. Yeah, you got to understand. D Hectrix, YouTube is going to blow up. That what are these people going to do while they're being quarantined? Exactly. I mean, Greg Murray emailed me today, and he emailed me from a different email, but I still deleted it. He's hilarious. Hellcat Tony 77. My online business, Amazon's been going through the roof. Hopefully, you can stay supplied with product. Hopefully, you're not buying your product from China. All this YouTube stuff is going to like start blowing up, and what's going to happen is it's going to take a lot of people. Like all these kids, they want to be YouTubers, so they're already like starting channels and stuff. But many people who could be taking advantage of the YouTube thing, they're just sitting on their hands. Pretty much, Dark One. Pretty much. Dark side, there's gonna be another baby boom. Yep, because people gonna be stuck inside and they just gonna be like, oh, hey, baby, come here. What's up, handsome? What's up, beautiful? Humna, humna, humna. 9 months later, wham, it's coming. Sone Boom, check out the price of gold. It's like 1,500 bucks per ounce. So once again, like all of the folks with the Bitcoin noise, because let me see, because I'm messing with my Bitcoin bulls because I got a few Bitcoin bulls who are like all over Bitcoin, and let's see, one of the Bitcoin bulls popped up. Nope, He has not responded to that bet. Because once again, like sometimes you just get tired of the dumbness and the stupidity and the jokes and stuff, and you start challenging people. He has not come in on my page. Because one fold, I say, if you believe in all this other stuff, put your money where your mouth is. He avoided that. Now I called him out. I called him out because here we are in a situation where people have to start taking action. Like, you can go to the front of the channel and go look at the old recession talks, because essentially we're reaching a point where you can't prepare because it's already here. It's already at the doorstep. It's already knocking on your door. The time to prepare was 2 years ago. And the first thing was to get out of debt, not go out and buy you a Hellcat and start a YouTube channel. Bitcoin's not going to save the unemployed. Lee Smith, that's going to be real interesting. That's going to be real interesting. But I think DoorDash is going to come up. Uber Eats is going to come up because people are just not going to be going out. Now, once this starts to impact restaurants, and once restaurants start laying off people, that's when it's going to get really, really dicey. That's when it's going to get tricky. All right. Gibran, Trump won't be able to save his base from unemployment and recession. That's going, Justin Henry, that's going to be a huge problem right there, because these are the next dominoes to fall once we get to a certain point, because I'm really interested to see how long it's going to take them to start laying off these people who serve these arenas. And also, this thing has the potential to affect next year's football season, which is billions and billions of dollars. Postmates has Corona insurance. Really? My video game store is across from a Chinese massage parlor. Oh, yeah, that business is gonna boom too, man. Vice, weed, alcohol, cigarettes. People they're gonna be stressing. They're gonna be smoking, they're gonna be drinking, they're gonna be gambling. Now, I don't know if strip clubs are gonna boom, because that's a large congregation of people, and this is the whole thing. So I don't really know. Jay Dredd, I ain't gonna bet with you there because I already made a bet that it was gonna go to $3,000 by this weekend. It's at 4,000 now. So Stefan, that's funny. Because essentially, one of the things you got to do, and this is why I created the digital education course, which now I turned into how to make money. Um, you gotta learn how to make money online. Like essentially, I'm not really worried about the coronavirus or anything, because I can I can make it just working from home. I mean, I've been working from home for 10 years. So I'm not like really worried about that. But I am worried about supply chain interruptions. I'm worried about people getting laid off. I'm worried about all kinds of nasty stuff that's going to happen. Man, got people going to these places like they literally are selling out of toilet paper in certain stores, and there's no shortage of toilet paper. China's getting back to work, so Bitcoin may stabilize. It's going to fall some more because China is like, there's still, I've got people who have businesses that get their supplies from China, and they've all been told these factories are still going to be closed 2 or 3 more months. So part of China might be getting back to work, but the reality is, because let's see what's going on. Coronavirus infection rates in the U.S. as China curbs the virus spread. Let's see. China looks to bounce back from virus, but recovery will be likely hurt by surging global cases. Coronavirus infections in China have come down quickly in recent weeks, and the rate of resumption of work at its factory and provinces has also inched up, according to analysts. But analysts say the pace of recovery will be held back by weakening demand from Europe and the US, where the cases are still surging. So this is like, yeah, China is, starting to clear up some of the backlog, but the people who buy from China won't be buying. This is just nasty set of consequences, man. The Hectrix, hey, strippers calling in for 2 weeks. BGS more. If they don't, they will starve to death. Hey, I mean, this is already happening, and look what happened to Italy. So we got a whole bunch of stuff that's going on here. So once again, for my advice to anyone to prepare for this, because I did these recession talk videos. People thought I was just talking out my butt, and I was saying about 20 months, and here we are. Right now, you don't want to be in a lot of debt. Like, you don't want to go out and get new credit cards. You don't want to go out and charge anything. If you have a car with a car note, I know this is going to sound extreme. If you can sell it while you can and get you a car that you can pay cash for. Because the people who have cash money and little to no debt are going to be, I mean, essentially, if this thing pans out the way I think it's going to pan out, if you got $30,000 cash money, that's going to be like having 300, $400,000. That's how far your money is going to be able to go. Everything's going to be on sale. People going to be on sale. Houses going to be on sale. Cars are going to be on sale. Crazy, crazy deals are going to be on the table if you have cash money, if you're in the position to take advantage of these deals. Also, another thing you need to do is learn new skills. You need to learn how to operate Instagram. You need to learn how to do TikTok. You need to learn how to do podcast. You need to learn how to run Facebook groups. You need to learn how to do a blog. You need All roads are leading to online. And essentially, people who have no skill sets or just raw rookies are going to have the hardest times because There's going to be a massive stampede of people running to internet businesses. Shopify drop shipping, I don't know about that. I don't know about that because it's Shopify drop shipping, where they're drop shipping from China. So I've seen a few of them guys talk about the products, because increased shipping times has hurt their business. So, but you're going to have to become a digital person. Polly Robinson, you should be working on getting rid of your student loan debt. You should be working out of getting out of debt. One of the things that I see is a lot of people are going to try to get into the drop shipping. They're going to try to get into Amazon FBA, because Amazon FBA is going to boom. Amazon's going to boom. Amazon's going to be selling stuff. Think, what can you do online? What can you set up online? That's where the money's going to be. And if you have nothing set up online, you're looking at a 1 to 2 to 3 year journey to get your online business going, because that's how long it's going to take to really get rocking and rolling. But right now, I mean, if this thing pans out the way that I think it's going to pan out, I feel that more disruptions are going to happen. There's going to be more stuff that's going to come out over the next coming weeks. There will be more interruptions. There will be more cancellations. And essentially, you got to think, what can you do from home? What kind of business can you run from home? Because for some of you who have these businesses where you have to go in the office, well, these jobs where you have to go into an office and that's where you do your work, be ready for that to get disrupted. Be ready to get a call that stay home. No one's coming in the office. We're shutting down. And if this thing keeps going, because it's good to hear that China has really gotten a good handle on this thing, and hopefully that the world will get a good handle on this thing quickly, because the longer it goes on, because see, the disruption that's already happened is going to take months to work itself through the food chain. What's already happened, like the shutdown of the Chinese factories and stuff, it's going to take them a few months to ramp back up the capacity if that demand is there. So we've got months of this stuff to go on. And I just think that the die has been cast for the global recession. I think it's already in effect. It's going to happen. And for those who have cash, for those who have skills, for those who have credit, also, this is something else too. Chase, American Express, and Discover are doing financial reviews and cutting people's credit lines or canceling their credit card accounts. This is going on right now. I know, Kevin, that's what I'm saying. So once again, right now is not the time to be running up your credit cards, because the banks have learned from the last recession. They have software, they have algorithms. They pretty much know before you get in trouble. Like here's something that happened. There's this software that's called predictive analysis software, and Target has it. Target has so much data that they know by what a woman is buying if she's going to be pregnant. There was this guy who went off on Target because they sent his daughter some coupons for prenatal vitamins. And then dude later found out that she was indeed pregnant. This is the type of big data that these corporations are working with. So if you think that you could just like go to a credit card and charge it up and run off to Monaco with the money, no, 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 no. They're going to be watching this stuff. And once you start tripping red flags, they're going to shut your accounts down. They will start shutting your accounts down. So this is not the environment to be going off and running up your credit cards right now. This ain't the time to be doing that. Detroit Baron. I work for a mining company in Chile, and all our global offices in Europe are sending their people home. I was installing VPNs, virtual private networks, all day long. See, this is what's coming. This is the next phase. A lot of these jobs are going to be telling you to work from home. And if you are a knowledge worker where you work on the computer or something, you good. It's just you don't go into the office. You'll be working from the home office. But if you don't have one of those kind of jobs and they tell you to stay home, a lot of these jobs, they ain't gonna pay you if you don't come to work. This is my big fear that with this certain pandemic, this virus, is that we're going to start sending a lot of people home, and many of these people are not going to get paid, and that's going to be a big problem. That's going to be a huge problem. YSM lost 50% of my portfolio. Damn, that hurts like hell. Why Sim? How old are you, and when were you going to use the money? Because my advice would be for you not to panic sell. Because essentially, if you're a young person in the market, you're 20 something, 30 something, don't sell. Leave your money where it is, and maybe buy some. Because once again, it really depends on where you are in your cycle of life. If you 55 right now, this is some scary stuff. Because if you had proper financial allocation and assets, you should have been moving your stuff, your money toward more conservative assets long before this happened. So if you got in a situation where you 50, 60 years old and you lost 50% of your portfolio, you were asleep at the wheel, bro. You were just asleep at the wheel. Dad out here changing things, man. I know, man. Hellcat, note to anyone trying to do Amazon FBA, please set up an LLC. If not, you're cooked. Wow, why is that? Free mommy, free. I would be real careful using credit cards to start a business. You would want to do your business because here's the sad truth. Most businesses could be started for under $5,000, unless you're going to do something like an Amazon or Facebook or something like that, where you're going to need outside investors. That's a whole different game. But many businesses can be started from your spare bedroom with just you and your ideal. And you want to start your business as lean as possible. You don't want to go out and spend money you don't have to, because here's the thing. If your business is going to be successful and you can validate your business where you put your offer out there and people pay you money, you should be able to fund the organic growth of your business. It's going to take longer, it's going to be harder, but it's way safer than getting into debt. Because let's say you have the ability to borrow $150,000. All right, you got $150,000. You still got to learn all this stuff about your business. You still got to learn how to market. You still got to learn how to sell. There's so much you still got to learn. You now you have 150,000. Congratulations, but if you don't spend that money correctly, you're going to owe someone $150,000, and you're not going to have a business. I would get rid of the student loans first because they typically have higher interest rates. JWB. Yep, we're doing VPN stress test today. I'm told to bring our laptops every day in case the secretary makes a sudden call. Why Sim? I'm 33. I'm not planning to sell, but I'm trying to convince my wife to invest at the same time. It hurts, but I'm not selling at a loss. Yeah, why Sim? You're 33. Don't sell. Don't sell. Leave your stuff where it is, and hopefully you'll recover. Before I warned my dad in January, he didn't listen. Charlton, I agree 100%. All this retirement was in mutual funds. Ouch. Ernest, I work for a startup. I have a laptop I could bring at home. I normally don't, but I can. My boss told us to work from home in the past. Pretty much, Malik. Some colleges will be forced to close permanently as the coronavirus hits hard from the market watch. Star Fox, no, I don't have any tips about streetwear. I don't know anything about the apparel business. OG, could you tell the story of your first failed business? That's real simple. Picture with your pooch. I was in the military and I decided I was going to go out and get into debt. I went to Wolf Camera, got me opened a new credit account, got me a fancy film camera. I placed an expensive ad in the Atlanta Journal Constitution, got a phone installed in my room. I was at Fort McPherson and the phone didn't ring. I didn't know, I didn't validate it. I had no clue to what I was doing. I didn't know what I didn't know. And I was just way too soon for that. Hellcat. Because good distributors in US will not sell to you without a reseller certificate and legit business, and you need invoices to get updated to sell good ranking products on Amazon. There it is, Hellcat Tony 777. Rugged College. I bet after this thing is passed, people will start to take action on your messages starting the business. I hope so. Because once again, the whole deal with Amazon FBA is it's become very competitive. And at least Hellcat Tony 77 has American distributors and American products. Because I'm telling you, if your stuff's coming from China, expect some type of disruption to happen, and it ain't gonna be pretty. So once again, the Dow Jones, this has been a crazy week. I think next week is going to be more of the same. I don't think it's just going to stop this week. Let's see. All right, Bitcoin is stable at 4,835. I was like, literally before I started this live stream, I checked it. It was 6,100. It was 6,100, and it dropped to 5,100. Then it dropped to four. It lost like $1,500, $1,600 just like that. Malik Vanderpool, I lost close to 100K in net worth since March. It's unreal how fast you can lose wealth in the perfect storm. I'm holding tight and staying the course. Hey, man, if you guys are young, I would say stay in the market. But if you're my age, you're 50 something, these are scary times. Ollie, I'm glad I got out of crypto and took my losses last year. Kevin, Asian markets, the Nikkei, all this stuff, man, it is dropped. Each since the coming recession will show you why it's important to have your own business instead of simply relying on the stock market and doing fire. Yeah, because see, essentially, There's this channel. It's called Our Rich Journey. There's this husband and wife, and they retired early, and they have a contingency plan that if the market goes to a certain point, they're going to stop withdrawing from the market, and they have 2.5 years of cash reserves to live on. So I think that was really, really smart because a lot of people are just all up in stock market la la land with little regard to what's really going to happen. Because here's the thing, you don't want to be in a lot of debt. This right here, I'm trying, I've been screaming this for the last 24 months. You want to get out of debt, you want to get you a good side business, and also, car washing and certain things. I don't know how those are going to be impacted because essentially, we're going to have a situation where at the current rate, we're just not going to have large events for a while. We're not going to have baseball games. Baseball's next. Because spring trainings is going to start. We're just not going to have these large congregations of people. And if this thing keeps going on, where it could impact football season, that's going to be a monster. Rugged College. Some of my leather suppliers from Italy of leather are already putting out notices to hurry up and buy before the inevitable, but I stocked up. You think it's a good idea? I would be looking for more distributors, American based. Airbnb might do well. Airbnb is going to take a hit. Hotels are taking a hit. Airlines are taking a hit. I keep hearing these stories of people literally getting on planes and there's 5 or 10 people on the plane. I mean, think about that. I remember that happened after 9/11. I had to go up to Boston and the plane was about 70% empty. Barbershop, nail salons, all these face-to-face businesses will be impacted. Charles Barkley's a self-quarantine. That's funny. Barry, what there, because be sure. Oh man, I forgot. I forgot to what the heck? Hold on a sec. All right. Talking about online businesses at Savage Business. This is today's video. So be sure to go ahead and subscribe and start watching the videos on Savage Business. I'm going to start breaking down internet businesses because right now these internet businesses are super competitive. Like I would not even, I would be really leery of drop shipping from China because it ain't done yet. There are people who are still making money, but I guarantee you they ain't sleeping easy at night because all it's going to take is just one little hiccup and their business is out of business. JWB, once again, mortgage rates are at all-time low. Home refinancing is going through the roof. Maximine Augustine, that's a really hard to answer question. Bobby Eck, I don't think that's going to happen. Superstar Customs, I think you're gonna have internet situations. I think that's gonna be a big issue because a lot of people will be home and everybody be on the internet at the same time. So I can you could expect internet slowdowns. Maximine Augustine, that really depends on the person. I don't really say there's a certain amount people should make. I think everyone should aspire to make $10,000 per month. That's a magic number. Ebola did not shut down Italy, Japan, North Korea, South Korea. I'm not. Bitcoin can go to $1,000, and I'm not going to buy Bitcoin. I am not messing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not in my financial lane. Um, a lot of people are getting into cryptocurrency. They're putting a lot of money. They're buying a bunch of cryptocurrency. God bless them. I hope it works out for them. But I, Glendon Cameron, will not be buying cryptocurrency. I will not be messing with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any of these other Dogecoin. I'm not messing with that stuff. I'm going to stay in the world of providing services for people, helping them have better lives. That's where I'm going to stay because the whole big thing with Bitcoin was because it was going crazy. People thought that they can buy Bitcoin for 1,000, 2,000 bucks. It go up to $20,000, and then they could sell it, and then they could pay off all their debts. That was one of the reasons. Pretty much rugged collars. Super one. Hey, took my first steps today. Purchased a course. I broke up with my girl. Quit playing poker. I need to knock down some debt now. Good lord, man. Good lord, Super one. You got a lot going on. But once again, you know, stock market, like if you're young, ride it out. But if you're kind of long in the tooth and you haven't properly reallocated your portfolio for this event, God bless you because I know you're freaking out right now. There are many people, like, once again, if you're going in the stock market, educate yourself on how stocks are bought, educate yourself on dividend investment stocks, educate yourself on 401ks, because a lot of people go ahead and they buy stocks on recommendation. But when that stock loses money or you lose money, the person recommend they like, well, they like this. Hey man, I didn't know. Ain't nothing you can do to them. B. Daniels, I'm going to tell you, like I told you the last person, get on the internet and start doing your own research and your own analysis of the companies. Do not let someone tell you that you should be buying these stocks. Like, I can tell you one way to cheat. Go to all of the stock channels where the guys are talking about stocks and they show their portfolios. And if they're buying the portfolio, that's a pretty good sign that this is a well-researched stock and it'll probably be good for you. That's one way to cheat. I call it bird dogging. Because once again, like, the whole thing is what stock to buy, what not to buy, what to get into. You got to know what you're getting yourself into because this is not, I mean, this is your money. This is your money. I'm investing in me because I know me. I know I'm not going to let myself down. Natty Buck, what service business would you start if you didn't have one in $2,000? A home cleaning service. William Johnson, it could be a golden opportunity because it's going to go down some more. Just like I said this morning that Bitcoin was going to go down some more. And interestingly, it went down $1,600 since I said that this morning. And the stock market's going to go down some more because the fundamental issue, this virus, this oil war with Saudi Arabia and Russia, China is starting to get back to business, but they're still down, and there are many factories that are still closed, they're not producing. And then now the virus is starting to attack other countries. I mean, it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 months for all this is sorted out. And hopefully, because I love me some football, hopefully it's sorted out before football season. If it ain't, we won't have a football season. We will not have college games. We will not have pro games if this thing is still going on. What you think about that? The year that we didn't have an NBA finals, I mean, there's a lot to be thinking about. All right, so I want you guys to go ahead to get on Savage Business. Um, there's going to be a lot of information on that channel about business, how to start a business, what is a business. Well, Sky Blevin, we can hope. We can hope. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace, love, and hair grease. Be sure to go to the front of the channel and pick some of the older playlists to start watching so you can skill up. And also be sure to watch some of the recession talk videos. With that, I'll see you guys later.